Welcome back to the final video for the Meyer Spacemap Go assignment. This has been for the immersive audio class at New England School of Communications at Husson University. And you should have a pretty good mix at this point and probably ready to finish. Make sure you enjoy yourself. Make sure all your elements are doing cool panning across all of your channels. But don't stop with panning. Be sure to use some other processing in Pro Tools, EQ, compression, that sort of thing, and definitely reverb. I know it will be a little difficult in Pro Tools, but you can create a reverb, and you'll have to use sends and returns within Pro Tools. You won't be able to use post Spacemap levels, but then you can take those reverbs and return them to a spare set of channels, over here. And if you want to make an immersive reverb, you could do even 2 stereo reverbs and change their settings slightly, and you could have one of the reverbs pan to the front and one of the reverbs pan to the rear, right? And you could make yourself a pretty cool surround or immersive reverb by doing that sort of thing. So be sure to do that in Pro Tools. When you're all done and you're happy with your mix, make sure you save your final mix here. And I do want you to save it and call it finished mix, so I'll know which one to grade and listen to when we do this. So I'm making one right now, finished mix. And I'm going to hit capture here, and this should be the final mix. This will be the one that I open and play when I grade. Also, make sure your Pro Tools session is saved and stored in the appropriate location. It should be in the Students folder that's on the desktop. And in that Students folder, you should have your folder, and the assignment should be in there. And make sure your Pro Tools session does have all of your audio files. Make sure you use Save Session Copy In when you were preparing that. So if you were using a project that came from elsewhere, from Studio C or from your own hard drive, that I can hear all the audio files. And then the last thing is about saving, and I'm just spent a lot of time on these particular videos talking about the saving architecture in Spacemap Go. I will save this last file here, and I'll say, okay, we were on version 4 there. Let's save it as version 5, and we're going to save it to the Galaxy and save it to the file. So hit proceed. It's going to warn me, do you want to save the Galaxy? And the answer, of course, is yes. And then in a moment, it's going to prompt me to save to files again on the iPad, and I say yes. And I'm still in your names folder, so I'm saving it. And now that you're all done, what's really important is that you make it easy for me to grade, and never want to confuse a client. You never want to set a client off in a way that they are confused with what work of yours to listen to. So I'm going to hit the home key here. We're going to go to the Files window and Files Application, and we're going to go into the immersive audio folder, the class folder, and in here we should see all the different SMG assignment. We're going to go in there, and this is your folder, my folder in this case, but your folder, all the student folders from your class will be all in here. And you go into your folder, and you'll see that all the different versions of the folder of the files exist. Please, as always, just like you would on a Mac, you can just click on it and drag it. And drag the old ones to the, I just messed up there. Let's see, I got to go back out. I held that too long. And so I only have one to look at. Now, the other thing to do is go back to the main Spacemap Go folder. If you click on my iPad, you can see the Spacemap Go folder and go in there. And you'll see all the other versions that were created by Spacemap Go. And when I was saving, and why they were stored in 2 locations, I don't know. I don't know what Spacemap Go is doing here, but I do know that this is going to fill up once all the students in the class create projects. This is going to get out of hand. Is there a way to select multiple? It doesn't appear like they are. I'm just going to take all these and dump them in the old projects folder. You could right-click on these, which I think is click and hold for a moment, and you could delete them. But if you do, what if you accidentally deleted the wrong thing? Oh no, and since other people are going to be accidentally storing here, it's probably just best to shove all these in the old projects folder. And what I will do, and when we're all done with our Spacemap Go assignments, I'll just erase this whole folder. But this is a good way to not make any mistakes. So now you've cleaned out your mess in this folder. I think technically it's Spacemap Go's mess, but whatever. And inside your folder, which, okay, of course, is in the Immersive IO folder, in each your particular, into the SMG assignment, and then to your name, there's your last file. So there you go. Check out the rubric. Make sure the mix is good and enjoyable. I hope you had fun playing with Spacemap Go. It's a really cool program. I personally am looking forward to deploying it in some kind of show. I think it'll be really, really fun. But now at least I have a pretty good understanding of how it works, and I hope you do as well. Have a great day. Goodbye.